All right, for this part, I'm going to use cadmium yellow light right here. This cadmium yellow light, I'm going to take ultramarine violet carefully and add it in, put it in. And you'll see it's like a muddy color, grayish muddy color. Take white. When you put the white in, then you can see if it's tipping towards red, yellow or purple. So you adjust the color depending how you want it to be. You want it more yellow, then you add more yellow. If you want it more purple, add more purple. So there's a difference between this one and that one. This one has more yellow and this one has more purple in it. But it's only when you add white you can see the difference. Okay, so I'm gonna put a bit here and keep the rest the same color we had before. Now this is white. Do you want me to stop a bit so you can catch up? Okay, I'm gonna stop.
What you gonna do now?
All right, now I'm gonna mix ultramarine violet,
Yes.
touch of yellow, white, and let's take a touch of alizarin crimson. More white. The purple and yellow with white gave me that kind of toned down, almost muddy color, but it's a clean mud. And with white, of course, and adding the alizarin crimson tones down the alizarin crimson instead of having, alizarin crimson is too pink. This way, I have a hint of pink.
Yes.
Toned down hint of pink with white.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to come here and try and see if I can highlight. Is there a lot of glare on this? Let me see if I can push the focus better. Make it. Okay. Let's see. So the flower inside, I mean, the petal inside, the one in the back, right here, has purple in it. And this one here has purple in it. This part is a bit highlighted more, but this part right there, down here, is dark. Oh, okay. I don't want I'm always kind of very careful with white. White takes over, and once it takes over, it's very hard to cover. I'm using a round brush. Okay, now I can take a bit of white. I'm always looking at the value when I'm looking at something like that. Always looking at really careful with the value. I added a bit of ultramarine violet here with the white. Also right here. More in violet in here. Again. Wherever I see an area where I need to highlight, like this one here, this line there, this here, this right there, that means I need a darker color underneath. Otherwise, I can't highlight. If it's too light, this area here, I can't highlight. So I would, if I see a highlight like this, a line that I need to see, I darken first, and then I put the line. That's the only way to see that. Now I'm going to take, I haven't cleaned my brush. I'm using white on the same brush. And I'm going to come here and then see, now I can see a highlight. I can see the line there. Another one in the back. I'm going to take the main kind of detail and work with that, but I am not trying to make it look exactly the same. Let's take a bit of that yellow and ultramarine violet with white. I'll put it back in certain areas where I lost. There. I'm adding ultramarine violet. And now when I say ultramarine violet, my brush has white on it. So I'm picking up ultramarine violet on a white brush, which is great. This is white that has yellow in it. Yellow and ultramarine violet. Now I'm going to pick up some white. I'm picking up white on a brush that has a color already. So it's not pure white. That means I'm not using pure white.
But the between color, what it is? This
Well,
kind of pinky?
Ultramarine violet, yellow. It has ultramarine violet, it has yellow on it. It has all of the colors I have here.
You have here, there. Yeah,
So what I'm doing is I'm just picking up, you know, when I have a color like this, let's say ultramarine violet right now, see? I'm picking up ultramarine violet right here, but
yeah.
my brush has already other colors on it. It has white on it, it has, right? So it's not pure white. The only time I pick up, it's not, actually, it's not pure white. I'm just picking up white on a brush that has other colors. So that will give me kind of a bit of a highlight. You don't want to put too much because you don't want to have a suggestion of color or petal in here. No, not detailed, not much of a detail. It's very hard to work with white.
Yes.
You're constantly going back and forth and adjusting value. So the reason I'm doing this right now is just because when I use white, I lose kind of the depth or the you know how white makes things flat. That's why I'm going back in and I'm adjusting my values a bit. I'm not trying to do exactly what I see in there, but as long as I see some movement, something happening in here. I'm going to pick up purple, yellow, alizarin crimson, Mix those three together. And that will give me a beautiful color for the inside of this. I'm gonna wait for it to dry and I'll see if it's too white, then I will tone it down, tone down the white with some glaze. Maybe I would glaze it with titanium buff if it looks too white. Meanwhile, while this is drying, I'm gonna go to the back, the one in the back. Again, I'm gonna pick up some purple and yellow. Honestly, I am not going to put too much detail in here. This is purple, yellow, and enough white in there. Not lots of white, but enough white. Enough for the one in the back. Oh no. You know what I did?
What?
I wasn't recording. So
Oh,
I'm gonna repeat what I did.
okay.
I mixed ultramarine violet with a bit of yellow, then added white, and then I dipped my brush in water to make a glaze, wipe my brush, put a glaze over all of this area here with my with this color. Then I picked up white while it's still wet. My brush has the same color, the glazed color, pick up white, and then I enhance the highlight a bit while it's still wet. So it blends softly in my glaze where I want to highlight it. And then I just worked on these lines. So we're trying to do is to keep this part, all of this part darker, soft dark, and highlight this part here. Highlight here, right there, all of this. Same with this one here. I'm just going to highlight, darken a bit in certain areas, making sure that this rose here or flower is looking this way. And this that way. This one is looking this way and that one is looking that way. So again, this is like really not important, very important in here, just in the background. Bit of movement because the leaf is going to be over it, so it's going to cut it a bit. Okay. I'm using black and white.
Black and white?
Yeah, for this, I used black and white, the reference, black and white, instead of color reference. It helps. Okay, from inside, cadmium red light, white. I'm going to start from the inside. Okay, narrow, and then wide. Again. So it's like it's wrapping around. Each one of those petals are wrapping around. Okay, narrow line, narrow, right here, and we're gonna go wider, wider, and I'm gonna take more. I'm taking advantage of the darks I used before. I have before. I'm gonna darken them a bit and blend them a bit more. But for now, I'm trying to create a shape, some kind of a shape. I don't want to lose the darks because that's what's gonna give me the shape of those petals. Okay. Okay. Wider, narrower, again. Even if you lose the darks, that's okay. We'll put them in after. We can put them in. We can go in with the darker color and add it. Okay. See, like here, it needs a couple of lines, like strong lines of darks in here. But that's okay. It's coming. Let's deal with one thing at a time. Now, see this one here. most of the time when you see artists working on a rose, you notice that they draw the, if it's like a close up and detailed, they will draw it. You know, you can see every single detail. But for now, okay. So there are lines that are continuous here, darks, and it shouldn't. So what I'm going to do is, you see where I see the light, a circle, and it's kind of even. I'm going to push this one out a bit. There, so I can get rid of that circle, even circle that's going around.
The dark part has alizarin crimson. What
Yeah.
has
Yeah, it could
the
have, yeah, alizarin crimson, a bit of alizarin crimson, maybe mixed with a bit of red as well. So yeah, I guess that would be, but it should, you know, it would be alizarin crimson. Now here, okay. Okay. Actually, the alizarin crimson maybe with ultramarine violet,
yeah,
right?
yes.
Okay. All right, so most of the darks are down here, and up here is more highlights. All right, so we have some of the darks in here. I'm gonna start adding white. Let's take some of this alizarin and put it in here as well. Just a touch of alizarin in here with the red. And because it's dark, you know, it's dry, it's drying darker, which is great. We want that. Because when I start highlighting, then I can use the darks to, I can highlight the top of the petal and then keep the bottom part darker. Again, another one. So this part is highlighted. The bottom part is not, all the way down. I'm not pushing my highlight down. Now I'm going to load my brush again. There's a layering of different petals in here. So again, I'm not going to go into too much detail. Bring in some white. Okay, load my brush. There's a narrow. Okay, there's a highlighted part here. And then I'm going to go into a narrow line. Starting to see some movement in here, some shape. Trying to watch a bit what I'm getting in here. Wider here. Narrow. Goes in. This is a hard part because this wraps around this one here. It wraps around the flower and it turns into here, into the one in the front. Oh, geez, I lost it. I lost the shape. To get it back. Sometimes when you lose the shape, you can't see it. And if you can't see the shape, that's it. It's very hard to see. That's gone. It's okay. Let's highlight it again. I have to put back this dark sid here so I can bring the shape back. Otherwise, I can't. Okay. Again. See. It takes just kind of one little strong highlight and you lose the shape. You have to start again, start all over again. Sometimes all you need is just a, a subtle kind of highlight instead of a strong one.
The light color is more white.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's more white to the previous color. Yeah.
Yes.
Your red is not orangey. It's more.
Because I'm adding a touch of alizarin crimson in there too, with my red, with the red. I'm adding.
Okay. Because my Alice. Okay.
Yours is too light, too strong. It's just a little bit of a wrong brushstroke and you lose the shape again, because white is flat.
Yeah. I know.
It's really hard.
It looks nice.
Mm. It's hard. Windows are easier.
I think so.
Oh my
I
God, yeah.
think so. I like very much flowers, but for me, has to be very well sketched for me. With
Yes,
all the
yes.
lines, with the lines.
I agree. I
yes.
agree. It has to be well sketched.
I'm going to sketch every flower with the pen, the pencil, and then I'll go again.
Yes, I
On
agree.
the top.
Yes.
So I'm a little bit messy right now. Anyway, yes.
I keep losing the shape.
Huh?
I keep losing the shape and I have to do it again.
Yeah. Because you don't have the sketch and you're doing.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to do it without a sketch.
Yes.
Lael,
Yes,
I think you ended up with a spiral there.
I know. I do. I am. I'm trying to get rid of it. I am. I can see it. You're right. There's a spiral in here. That's why I keep adding darks and then I, go back again and do it again because it's just one little brush stroke and it changes the whole thing. My God, this is the hardest thing I've ever done.
But you do very well.
Hmm.
Why are you laughing?
Like, what is this? It's not working.
It's not, leave it, Leia, leave
No,
it.
it's working
Leave it.
great. You know what?
Want
Sometimes
something
we need
else?
to just go loosey-goosey on this.
I
Yes,
think
Get a lot,
yes.
actually.
Leave it to dry, and
Loosey.
then you try again.
there's a beautiful, beautiful center in here.
Yeah.
And
I'm loving
I can see it. I can see it, but I can't get it. You know what I mean?
No,
Like
no,
I
no,
can
no, no.
see it.
Leave it, leave it.
I can
Because
see the
you add
shape.
color, and then it gets heavy, and I left it because of that.
I am, okay, you know what? I know what to do.
it. The way that it looks right now, it looks
Okay, let's try one more time. I'm not going to try to do it exactly the same.
Yeah. Of course.
I'm gonna try to get some kind of a shape happening.
It looks nice.
Thank you. Maybe we should one day just paint roses so we can practice. Just a
Yeah.
big rose.
But roses with not the loose roses,
Not loose. Is that
No.
what you're saying? Yeah.
not loose.
Mm.
Because I don't know if the other ladies agree, but for me, remember the flowers you have in your studio?
Yes. The loose
Okay.
ones?
The loose one. This is loose.
Mm.
Not doing roses with all these details and stuff like that.
Right, right. Yes.
I think it looks very nice, Leia.
I'm still not getting it. There's this again still here.
Okay,
Like,
okay, but
needs a bit of work in here. Let's see. Let's see. One more little thing here. Maybe it works. So highlight this. Tomorrow morning, I'll wake up and come and look at it, and I'll be probably thinking about it the whole night.
The whole night.
Yeah.
Me too.
You know,
I do the same.
time.
I do the same.
Why
And
is-
I'm losing my sleep, and that's it.
Yeah. This is still bugging me inside.
That's why I leave.
Yes.
You add color, and then it's going to be happy. And
It's gonna be so thick.